and welcome back. In this final lecture in this series, we're going to learn about how to synchronize this. How do we prevent that race condition we saw in the last video? Synchronization. How can we have some software and maybe even hardware support for that? So the idea is I've got a single shared resource. And this, by the way, this is true for any parallel system. This isn't just, well, it's in C and OpenMP and how do you do this? No, in life, in computational thinking, you've got some resource that's trying to be requested, be used by parallel workers, parallel actors. How do you limit access to that parallel resource in a way that won't give you the wrong value or won't do the wrong thing? For example, how do you prevent two people from editing one file at the same time? This is true. Dropbox. I log into two different laptops and I try to modify the same file in different ways. This one I write A, this one I write B. I save them both files. What happens? How does Dropbox handle that? Dropbox handles it says there's a conflicted copy. So that is a way to tell me that there's now, do I get a notification? No, but the point is there's a way for them to deal with this shared resource. So this is true for, writ large in some sense of any parallelized system. Otherwise, things can get mixed up. Here's a solution. Just take turns. Maybe if I'm in Dropbox, if I'm opening a file and editing it, I can't even open it. Now, it certainly lets me, but I could say, you know what, you can't open this file, somebody else has the file open. So maybe that means when you open a file, you write a secret thing or something that says this file's open, and when you try to open a file, every OS would look to see if that secret thing is set, and therefore it says you can't open it. Now, what happens when there's a race to that? So there's all this conversation, how do you prevent the race to this? Both of us exactly the same time, go grab it, they both look, and so there's a whole issue of how to prevent that, but we got to think about synchronization in a deeper way. For example, all controlling a microphone and trying to all talk at once. Now, someone gets the microphone, and once they grab it, they have to release it. It's a good practice for kind of controlling conversations in classrooms as well. So the word for use in the parallel distributed computing world is called a lock. And we have to lock out, we use a lock to prevent other elements from accessing a shared resource. So this is also, by the way, known as a semaphore. So semaphores and locks are both usually used in the same way. And the idea for this, and we'll just do it in C, if I have a variable called a lock, when it's set to 0, it's unlocked. When it's set to 1, it's locked. Okay, so if ever 1, it means it's locked and someone has control of it. Okay, let's do it. Let's play with it. Let's actually code this in C. Here we go. So I have a little loop that says while the lock is not 0, so while I'm waiting for the lock to be, while the lock is being taken, I'm just going to sit and spin. This is called spin waiting. So I'm spin waiting for lock to be released while lock is not 0. So I'm going to sit, do nothing while lock is set to 1 or grabbed. Oh, okay, now it's 0. The moment it's released, I'm unlocked. And what I want to do, one of the threads, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to set the lock. Lock equals 1. Now I've got the lock. Whatever that shared resource is, maybe here it's pi, the summation. I'm going to say, now let me do it. I'm going to contribute my stuff to pi. So I do my shared resource. And that's all sequential, by the way, because only one person is accessing that at one time. But that's okay. If the other 999 people are still computing their stuff, I grab the lock. Nobody's looking. Nobody needs to write to pi. Great. There's no loss of time, really, because nobody's trying to grab it. If somebody else is supposed to grab, I went to grab it. Now I'm just waiting, spin waiting, just like I was spin waiting before. I contribute my contribution into pi. I kind of put my value into the final accumulator, and then I have to release the lock so the next person can do that. So lock equals 0. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So I spin wait until the lock is free, it's 0. I grab it, set it to 1, do my stuff, and then I release it. That's this kind of code you're going to see all throughout. Now let's see how this might work. I got two different threads. You all running the same stream of execution. So they both do this. The one spins and waits, the next one spins and waits. Now here's the problem. The thread 2 finds the lock is not set before thread 1 sets it. I talked about before, how do you handle the fact that these guys come out of order? And in fact, how much time thread 1 got versus thread 2. Thread 1 did one thing and then releases it and then goes here. So in the time, watch this. This is by the way, I just want to make sure you understand, this is time. Which that means this guy was spin waiting until it became free. Then, okay, it went to go slow motion. I'm going to set lock 1. In that slow motion time, thread 2 jumped in there. It was spin waiting, and it saw that it was free. Now they're both going, can you feel it? The race condition to go set it. They both, thread 1 wakes up, sets it to 1. Thread 1 thinks, I've got control of the lock. Thread 2 thinks the same thing. And they both now have control of the lock. So that little code that I showed on that previous slide, which looked really clean and really good, you know, spin wait for it, then set it, do my private work on it, and then release it. Standard. It doesn't seem like there was anything wrong with that, except when they interleave in a way that two different threads thought they were waiting for it, they both wake up and they both grab for the lock and they both set it. And they both think that they controlled it. What's going to happen is you're going to lose one of those values. So each one of those is going to contribute their stuff into some, and one of them is going to be overwritten by the other guy. That contribution is lost now. This is trouble. This is real trouble. So this is an issue. Both threads believe they got the lock. And by the way, try as you like, there's no solution to this. You know, as you try to hit that bullseye, you're going to continue. Oh, well, what if you had two locks and one grabs the, no, I don't care how clever you're going to be. We can't solve this. At this level, we can't solve this. Go ahead. Good luck. I'll wait. Pause the video. Go ahead. I'll wait. It's not going to happen. You're not going to find a solution in C to solve this problem. This is deeper. It's deeper. There's something more fundamental we have to add at a lower level. So we have to add some new instructions. Only way to do that, we'll see that in the next lecture. So last slide on this series. I'm very excited. This is the second part of TLP, TLP2. OpenMP we love. Very simple parallel extension to C. Like how many more lines? Like an include line and then a parallel, you know, pragma, and you've got a parallelization? We love it. Go play with it. Stop this video and start playing with this. It's wonderful. All you need to do is say parallel forward there. C is easy to learn, not very high level, so it's easy to get in trouble. So by living in C, rather than say going to Go and try to do the same thing, try to compute, you know, parallel, try to add up some values of pi in Go and see explore how different or difficult or easy it is to do that compared to doing it in C here with the OpenMP. We also saw that race conditions are an issue. We try to introduce locks and semaphores as a way to do that, but we saw that we can't do it at the C level. We have to go even deeper to the assembly level to be able to work with that. So we need some new instructions. We're going to see how to do that in the next series of lectures, okay? We'll see you then.